party got 50 votes, another party also got 50 votes, so both are same. But as we know, the majority of vote, the person who got the majority of the vote will be elected or will be selected as the winner party, or the as a selected as the government. But if the both the party having the same number of votes, it is very difficult to select the chief minister. Then governor plays the important role. Governor by himself choose, there are maybe say a little bit of criteria. He will choose the chief minister. Okay, if in this case, if there is no majority, okay, what else? A governor can use his discretionary power to reserve any bill for the consideration of the president. Now suppose a bill came. Bill means, suppose uh, before law, difference, understand the difference about bill and law. Okay, suppose I we 10 students of you in your class. Okay, 10 students of your class decided that uh, in game period, half of the time you will play game, half of the time you will study because your exams is coming. Okay, but the games period is totally appointed as your physical activities. So you all of you signed in one paper that you are all are agree that you want to use half of your time for the game, half of your time for study. But this will not happen in real life, because as I know, you guys, you will also take many even some important class, you want to convert that also in game class, isn't it, Brishti? What, are you there? Hmm, they did na, what I said, they want to skip maths class, science class, and want to go games. So my example was wrong, but I'm giving you. So suppose that's why this is the bill that you all agreed. Okay, but suppose your principal sir signed in it, and make it as a rule of your make it as a rule of your school, then it become a law. Like that, in a country when all the MLAs agreed in a thing, and they already agreed this is a bill, until and unless governor or the president of India in central level case, they haven't signed it, it didn't convert into a law, then it is called as a law, until and unless the signature, until and unless the approval. Okay, good morning, Ayush. You already a little late. We are discussing about the powers of governor that we have started yesterday in page number, open page 213. Okay, so this is the another power governor has. And the last power, governor can also report to the president that the state government is not. Oh no, what was I telling, that in a second, suppose governor thought this bill is, if this bill become a law. Okay, if this bill in a state, uh, governor plays the role of a president. Okay, like in central level, for making a law, the signature or the approval of president is needed. In a state, signature of governor is needed, in a state area. Okay, so if governor is not sure about any bill, he will reserve the bill for the consideration of the president. He will ask president that my state people want to convert this as a law, but I'm not sure if it is good for them. I want your suggestion or I want your opinion. That time they can reserve that bill also. What else? Governor can also report the president that state government is not functioning according to the constitution. Suppose a state government, suppose a state government, always remember, whatever government it is, in central level, in union, in state, they all have to follow the rules and regulation that is written in our constitution. Constitution is the highest thing in our country. We follow each and everything from the constitution. Now a state government, a state government is not following the exact the rules or criteria or the protocol that is given in the constitution, then definitely that state is doing going out of law, because all other states, all state government is following the constitutions. That is our basic thing as a citizen of India, as a party of India. So if they are not following, then as a governor of the state, they can inform to the president that my state government is not following the rules and regulation that is related to constitution. They are becoming partiary to some of the people, and they are harming the people. They are creating a chaos in a area. Okay, sometimes different governments can create these things also. Okay, sometimes they can manipulate the vote, which they shouldn't. As a constitution of India, they can't manipulate the vote. Suppose a state vote is occurring, okay, so state government will not take any important part, because they are going to uh, become a candidate na, so they can't uh, maintain the vote, that is Vidhan Sabha vote. It is the it is the duty of our center that the vote is going on properly or not. But if the state government, suppose our state government is entering in different areas and creating problems and want to collect different votes, that means our state is doing a wrong thing. They are cheating. They are cheating in their exams. Votes are a kind of exam for the parties, if they're winning or losing. Okay, if they, this is exactly as an exam, so they're cheating. So this type of time, the governor directly informed the president that my state government is not following the constitutions, they are kind of doing illegal things. This is called, then the president will then when the president think no, this state is out of control, the state government is ruling without the following the proper rule of constitution, then the president can say as an emergency in the state. He will mention that emergency in the states. That means there is a state government. Suppose for different issues, our West Bengal from tomorrow, President of India Ramnath Kovind declared that in West Bengal next 30 days emergency will be there. What is the meaning of emergency? Emergency means all the rights of as a citizen what you have will be snatched from you. You are not allowed to go outside, you are not allowed to go a room area, any areas, you are not allowed to these things. All the rights from the state also will be snatched, because they need to stop the state government at that time, because that state government is harming the people. They are torturing the lower people who are not supporting them. This is not a democracy. A democracy, if the government is there, there will be a supporting party and a against party. There will be some people who supporting the system. Many of you in your own home, you can see that as our central government is run by the PM Modi, many of the person support him, many of the person didn't support him. That doesn't mean that those person who are not supporting him he will torture them, or many of person are supporting a particular party. So that is not democracy. In democracy, everyone have a separate opinion. If you like the government, if you don't like the government, you have all the rights. But if your government is spoiling you, exploiting you, then this type of emergency situation will be there. This is called the imposition of the president law during this period. Now suppose for the September month and October month, emergency as declared in West Bengal. Now, what are the things will happen? There will be no state government who will run the state for these 2 months. President's rule will be applied in that area. President rules what? President's rules exactly the same like the union territory. Whatever rules is applied in the union territory is not also a state government, na. It is also run by the president rules. So whatever rules are applied in the union territories, like exactly same rules will be applied in the where? In the West Bengal, if the emergency situation is declared. Wall says the governor will run the state government. Governor and president will say no, from now in the next 2 months you are not allowed to take any decision, because you are not following the constitution. I will say everything and you have to follow it for the betterment, for the goodness of the state. Okay, this is the governor power and this is the meaning of the emergency. Anyone have any confusion in emergency related situation? Okay, as we know, the first woman prime minister, the Indira Gandhi, in her time, when the Sikh community started to go against her, and it is that as a Sikh, his own bodyguard killed him, shoot her, Indira Gandhi. Okay, his her own bodyguard, the Sikh as a Sikh community, he was angry. He shoot her. So after that, emergency situation was declared in where Punjab, because all the Sikh communities got against the government. So that time, if you search in the internet, you will find what are the important things is running on the emergency situation. It is not our topic, so I will not discuss it for a extra time. Okay, now we will discuss about the union territory. So I told you the executive. I told you yesterday, all central governments and all union territories, all state governments have three important things. First is legislature, that means those who are making law. Second is executive, that means those who are applying or maintaining the law. And third is judiciary, those who are giving the justice, the punishment to the criminal, the justice to the people of India. These three things are working procedure of our country. As we have discussed, this, as a state legislature, we have Vidhan Sabha, Vidhan Parishad, and the members and the rules. Next, as a executive, who are there, who will apply the rule and who will maintain the rule? We have governor's power. We have discussed. Now we will discuss in union territories what will happen in union territories. But union territories, there are no state government, there is no government. It is undertaken by the rule and power of president. Now Jammu Kashmir is the new union territory. You may have heard that we had 29 state, but right now we have 28 state. And instead of seven union territories, we have eight, sorry, nine union territories. What are the two new union territories, Shishindu? Quickly answer me. One answer you will give me, and another will be given to me. Katrina, quickly. One name of new union territory. There are two union territory which is got divided. See, Katrina get left. Shishindu, try. Shishindu, try. Dear, try. You know, I know. You can answer, I know. Quickly. What is the new union territory? Just last year. Just last year it has created. Yes. Kashmir is the one union territory, correct. And another one, Shishindu? Another name. Another name. Another name. Okay, a message. Don't know. Okay, another is Ladakh. Okay. Two, the Kashmir part has divided into exactly in the middle of the part there is a curved land. Left part is the Kashmir and the right part is the Ladakh. So the two new union territories are Ladakh and Kashmir. There are other like Lakshadweep, then Andaman Nicobar, Dadra Nagar Haveli, then Delhi is also union territory. So these are the union territories where there is no separate government. The president rule is applying. So how this area is running, we should know. Why this? Why do you think this hard? This so much intellectual chapter is given to your syllabus? Because our government think that you as a class 7 student are mature enough to understand how our government, how our state government is running. So this is, I know many of you are very sleepy. As I can see, Medha, they are very sleepy. I know it's not a interesting topic like volcanic earthquake type of topic, but these things are the reality. Whenever you will be the adult like my age or your father's age or your mother's age, these things will not change. Some of the rules will change, but this is the constitution of India. The India will run like this only. The states will run like this only if there is a huge change. Okay, so you need to know as an adult how your state is running, what are your rights, what are your powers. That's why this chapter has given. Okay, just listen, what are the powers you have, what are the responsibility you have, what are the important suppose a state government is exploiting you but you don't know, because you don't know the rules. You think state government can take any decision, they can exploit you. No, they have to follow the constitution. That's why this chapter has given, so you need to learn. Okay. Now union territories, please correct it. Okay, in your all your of your book it is written 29 states and 7 union territories. As we have note, we have 28 states and 9 union territories. Okay, cut it. Which is administrated by the president through the administration. Yes, 28 states. Instead of 29 you will write 28, and instead of 7 you will make it as a 9. Okay, we have 9 union territories. So administrated by president through the an administration appointed by him. So president, what he did, president always applied a lieutenant governor, in a union territory. That Jammu and Ladakh, as Jammu sorry, Kashmir is the new union territory. So Manoj Sinha, who was a IPS officer before, he retired IPS officer. He president, he was definitely a good IPS officer, otherwise he will not be appointed as a governor. He is the current lieutenant governor in Jammu Kashmir. It's a very important current affair right now. Who is the recent um, lieutenant governor, or the as a, like in state we have chief minister, in union territories this is the post of lieutenant governor. Whatever the post of whatever the powers we had, they had as a chief minister, exactly the same power the lieutenant governor has, but they have to follow the rules of president himself. Okay, so lieutenant governor, see, you can see lieutenant governor or chief commissioner, the lieutenant governor or chief commissioner. So who is the highest position, who is the highest position in a union territory? President, and under him who is who he or she is working, lieutenant governor post, or we can call it as a chief commissioner. When a bill is coming for a union territory, the legislative assembly, the administrator or the lieutenant governor gives his assist, so gives his permission, gives his opinion as a chief minister, like the chief minister did in her or his state. Lieutenant governor also did the same thing. In a state we have chief minister, in a union territory we have lieutenant governor. Please remember that. Now the council of minister, we understand about the governor, we understand about the union territories. Now council of minister is the chief minister thing. What is the other MLAs and ministers? So we already know that governor appointed the chief minister, who having the highest number of vote will be appointed as a chief minister by governor. But other minister, like education minister, like finance minister, like suppose rail minister, like then land minister, taxes minister, if there are different ministry in a state, in a central wise, these are appointed with the permission of chief minister. Okay, definitely the chief minister will selected the his or her party members as a minister, because she or he won the uh, vote. Okay, now the council of minister, that means the MLAs, who are the members of legislative assembly or the Vidhan Sabha that we have discussed yesterday. They are collectively responsible to the legislative assembly of the state. Governor must always have a priority majority in the house. So governor always have the majority, but they always sit together, discuss about a bill, make them as a law, give their permission, yes or no. They will discuss the working quantity and the different things. Okay, so governor must, if it loses the majority due to the vote of the no confidence, the government cannot continue the rule. Suppose a government make a rule that from tomorrow, um, all the all the students below 5 years are not allowed to go to the school, because no, sorry, all the students for below 5 years they are not allowed to go to the school. But we have pre-nursery, those which are running to improve the spoken spoken verbal activity for the students. So we have started as a students have started learning from age 3 years old, mainly 3 to 4 years old. So this rule, suppose 70% of them agreed, and 60% of them didn't agree. So if a rule that is already applied by a government, state government, is not passing in a legislative, that means Vidhan Sabha, half of them person are saying no, no, this is not a right idea. This is not a right idea. Many of pre-nursery school will closed. Many people will be unemployed. Many students, those who need concern from a younger age, will not have good things. So no, I am not. So that time the vote of no confidence will come, and the governor will not give the permission to the state government to apply this rule. They apply any rule if members, if the MLAs are not accepting it. Okay. Now, what are the powers of CM? What are the powers of our CM? Who is our CM? Chief Minister? Rishabh? Who is our Chief Minister? Mamta Banerjee. Correct. Mamta Banerjee, Miss Mamta Banerjee is our CM. So, what are her power as a CM? He or she is the leader of the party in majority in the legislative assembly. As in the MLAs, her party won. The minister is coming from her party, so or her or his party, whoever the chief minister. So the she will be the head. She will be the head of her party as a chief minister of her party, means the party members who are elected as a MLAs. So among the MLAs, she or he whoever the posting the hold of the chief minister will be the head. Next, chief minister has the power to select other minister. Now, after winning, two of the same two person wants the same position. Both of them want to become a education minister, but it is the power chief minister have. She or he will select, no, you will be the education minister, you will not. So who has the power to select the minister? Chief minister, CM. Okay. Next, she allocates the portfolios of the minister, and she also transfer a minister from one ministry to another. Suppose like Gautam Dev, who was the tourism minister from Shiliguri. Gautam Dev, he suppose he transferred sorry from tourism ministry. So who did it? Who changed the position of Gautam Dev as a tourist minister? Mamta ji. Because chief minister has a power to change. Suppose as a person is selected as a education minister, but he is not working properly, then he can his this education ministry can give it to another person, and he will be another minister for the rest of the vote, the rest of the session. Okay, he or she is the chairman of the cabinet. In the cabinet system, where all the IPS officer, all the IAS officer, whoever is appointed in our state will report it whom? Our CM. Okay, he or she summons the meeting and president presides over them. Remember, whenever you see Mamta ji is sitting in any important discussion, around her there are many IAS officer, many ministry, many commissioner of police are sitting. All of them are assisting her. All of them are suggesting her. Okay. Next, what we have. While the resignation of other minister merely creates a vacancy, the registration of the death of the chief dissolves the cabinet. Now, suppose education minister resigned. No, I will not work. I will not work under this pressure. I'm resigning as a education minister. Now, right now, this position is vacant. If there is no suitable candidate to fill up that position is taken by the minister of Mamta Banerjee, like sorry, minister of CM. Like Mamta Banerjee is right now the health minister, because there is no important or the good health minister is right now is appointed as in our state. That's why she becomes the head of the health ministry. Okay, she become the head of the health ministry, because there are no other person. At the first time there was a health minister, but just a minute, but it right now our CM is heading that. Now this is a very important thing. This is a very important thing. This is how our rules and constitution has made. How bills, how bills becomes the law of our country. Bills means, suppose as a MLA, if I am selected as a MLA, I thought no, in every school, students should have smart class. I want to start it as a law that if you want to run a school, you have to uh, there should have a smart class. This is, I want to make it as a law. So what will I do? One of the most important function of the state legislature is making the law that I have discussed. Okay, the proposal to make the law is called bill. So if I propose a idea, I want to make that idea as a law to that certain area, that is called as a bill. Okay, I propose the idea to create all the school to have smart classes. This is my idea. So this is the bill that I want to get passed. Now what will happen? মা একটু আস্তে কথা বলবা. Okay, sorry for the disturbance. What was I saying? Ordinary bills related to the all matters. Now how many type of bills we have? Ordinary bills, whatever you have, if you heard ordinary bills, that is related to any matter. Okay, but related all matters, but not related to money. Money bills originated in the Vidhan Sabha only. Okay, ordinary bills are any bills, but it is not related to money. There are another bill for money which is called as money bills. Okay, what are the procedure to make a bill as a law? The first thing, the bill is introduced in the house. The title bill will be read out. This is a called the first reading. Suppose as a MLA, okay, as a MLA, I am attending the session. All the MLAs are sitting there. Our chief minister is sitting there. Our speaker is sitting there. So as a candidate, I will ask permission. The speaker, I want to present a bill. I want to I request you to give me the chance to read this bill in front all of you. Then the speaker will give me the chance. Okay, read it. Then I will read that this is the heading of the bill, that smart classes in every school. Then I will read everything, whatever my conception about this bill, why I want to I consider this bill is to make as a law. Okay, why don't did I even propose that bill, why even I think this is the suitable bill for the education. I will mean enlisted everything, and whatever the thing I am reading na, that copy, that paper will be there for everyone. They all the members of that meeting will have the same similar copy. They will read it when I was reading. This is the time when I first read the bill is called as first reading. Then in the second reading, most of the important stages are passing of a bill. Okay, house can refer as a select committee and detailed discussion. Now house will select as a committee. Okay, Shreya Sarkar described this smart classes in every school as a bill. Now whatever what your opinion, give it to me. Okay, suppose you are others the member of MLA, suppose. So Rishabh said, no, I don't think smart classes is enough because many school is not have the enough fund to buy the smart classes. Medha also support her. Now Katrina said, no, the government will provide the fund, that is not the issue, but this smart classes is very important. So like that, some of the person is saying yes, some of the person is saying no. So they will discuss about this among them. The third reading, the formality after which, again the third reading, this will be another reading. They will read the bill again. Okay, the other house where the same procedure is follows after a stipulated time. That means stipulated time, how many times? 3 months for the first time, a month for the second time. So first time when the reading is going on, this is need a 3 months to discuss if to criteria, to look after every criteria of that bill. Okay, it is not possible if I make it as a law that will be applied for the rest of the life. I can't cross a law, I can't diminish a law. So before making a law, they need a proper amount of time to think that is this a law correct for the people or the citizen of India or not. So that's why they need enough time. It is not a 1 day 2 day job. Oh, you have proposed a law, I support. They need to think as a MLA, they need to think all the criteria. That's why they need 3 months for the first session, another month for the second edition, because there are a lot of bill, only not one bill. Then the bill is considered by the passed by the both houses. So we have first the lower houses, Bidhan Sabha. I told you, in Bidhan Sabha, this bill I have presented. All the people give that no, 80% said yes, 10% said, so 20% said no. Then this bill will go to the upper house, the Bidhan Parishad, in a state Bidhan Parishad. Then the Bidhan Parishad member will discuss about this. In if it is no in Bidhan Parishad, this will not become as a law. If it is yes in Bidhan Parishad, the Parishad members also said yes, this is a very good bill. They also selected. Then this bill is going to the governor. The governor will sign it, and day after that, it is become a law. So how a bill become a law? First, someone will propose it, read it. That is called first hearing. But for the first reading, in the second reading, all the person will give their opinion. Then whatever the result will be go. If it is yes, then it will go to the upper house, Bidhan Parishad. If there is a yes, then it will go to the governor, or the governor will sign it, and that rule become as a law in that state. In that state only. Any confusion about bills and laws, any confusion is a very important thing. Any confusion? I think you should have confusion. It's very critical thing. When I first read it, I have so many questions in my mind. Why it is happening? Why it is happening? You never asked anything. Are you interested? Even have you listened? Even okay. This is this chapter has finished. I will post this chapter question answer and the previous volcanic and earthquake question answer together in your WhatsApp. Hmm. Please read it. If any question answer if you have, tell me. Okay, regarding this chapter, regarding anything, regarding any question answer, regarding any topic related to this chapter, please give it a read as I have suggested yesterday also. I know it's a very tough chapter for you guys to remember and understand even, but make it a simple. Okay, just remember what are we have. Mainly we have three things: legislature, executive, and judiciary. Here we haven't discussed about judiciary. We discuss about the legislature, the law making, and the executive, who maintain the law. Who maintain the law in a state? Governor, chief minister, MLAs, union territory. We have lieutenant governor. Okay, so these are the executive body, and who make the law? Bidhan Sabha, the lower house; Bidhan Parishad, the upper house. As simple as that. Okay. Who is she? Who is she? Sarojini Naidu, it is written. Who is she? Who is she? She is a independence fighter, you can say, a freedom fighter. But she is also the first woman governor in India. She became the first woman governor. Where? In Uttar Pradesh. At that time, Uttar Pradesh was union territory. Right now, it became a state. At the when it was a union territory, or sorry, she became the governor of Uttar Pradesh. It was called as something else. So she was the first governor, lady governor. Okay. So my class has finished. Please let me know if you have any queries. If you don't tell me, it is very hard to understand, because in you I can't even see most of you right now. Okay. Class has finished. Go. Bye. Please let me know if you have any confusion.